Usually when you take your meat or have it slaughtered or worked on by someone else, they have two categories of sausage. They have breakfast sausage, and they have Italian sausage.
Oh, yeah.
And then they have, mild Italian or sweet Italian or spicy Italian.
Oh, my gosh.
Which is fine. They can be good sausages. They're probably not made anywhere in Italy, but it doesn't matter. But that's like the spicing profile. And if you like those, that you can achieve that, use the same ratio. But as far as the actual spices used, like in a breakfast sausage, sage. Sage means breakfast. That like if you put any amount of sage in your sausage, at anything over the 1/4 of an ounce to a pound of salt metric, you will think this is breakfast sausage. That's just what sage does to sausage. Yes. That's what Jimmy Dean's has done to sausage. That is the breakfast flavor. And if you tip in a little maple syrup, then you're really getting there. Black pepper, a little bit of coriander on the lower end. That's breakfast sausage.
Yeah.
And I think a welcome addition is ginger. Ginger's kind of nice in a breakfast.
Right.
On a smaller quantity, it adds that sparkly sweetness that's really nice.
You could also add like apples and onions, and that
right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
If you want to finely chop potatoes to little tiny cubes, they are delicious in sausage. And these you can be very generous with. These vegetables, we could say this is a vegetable category. Finely chopped onions, finely diced apples are so good. They're so good in sausage.
Yeah.
Do it. Well, even finely chopped bread.
I was just going to say, starches like rice.
I mean, when you think about it, that's why Thanksgiving stuffing is any good.
Yeah.
It's because it's sausage that's fatty, cooking with cubes of sour bread.
I used to think it was a cheating, like, okay, you're just filling it out with starch.
Right.
But actually, it's actually used because it holds on to the fat instead of just letting it run out.
Right.
And then you lose it. It holds on to the fat, which is the flavor.
Yeah.
And so you actually get more flavor with
That's right.
the rice and the bread.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So bread is an excellent addition. And literally, I mean, we're spoiled because we have the bread that you make, which is this organic white wheat and whole wheat loaf that is a no-knead bread. That is not overly sour, but it does have a little bit of sourness to it. It's not yeast farts. It's actual.
It's sourdough.
It's a fermented loaf. And, we routinely have like a exterior slice that is, because it just lives on our counter. The loaf is huge. It's bigger than my head.
It's massive.
And so there's always a little bit left over, and just cube it up. Maybe even run it through the grinder. That's fine. And add that to the sausage. It is a really welcome addition. And that does make me think of binders, which are a whole other category of ingredient. And blood is a binder because it has the albumin protein, which is what eggs have. So eggs are a binder.
Yeah.
Meaning when you cook them, they don't melt, they solidify. In the addition, you can add those to sausage. The other thing is rice.
Right.
Rice was the original binder in England before rusk, which is like breadcrumbs, but without yeast. So they did rice, and rice is great. It's starchy. You cook it before you add it to the mix, let it chill, and then you mix it into the sausage. You want to account for the addition of the rice when you calculate your salt by the weight of the total mass, right? So it's 2% salt by weight of meat, fat, and rice.
Oh, got it.
So that's also salted, so you don't have a bland sausage.
Yes, right.
But rice is great because it's absorbent and starchy, so it holds on to fats and juices. And then rusk is, we don't really have it here, but it is a yeastless cracker type crumbly bready thing. And it's quite good in sausage. And I can't remember the ratio that you want to add it in, but I wouldn't go over like 10% by weight. That would be a lot because rusk is light, so little goes a long way.
Scott Ree also has a nice couple of videos, I think, on this topic.
That's right. He even shows you how to make it at home because you can't really get it here.
Yeah.
It's kind of tedious to make, especially in quantities, but it is pretty darn cool. Another binder is skin, and this might be the greatest binder of all,
Oh.
is the skin of a pig. And before you use it, you do need to cook it because it is so tough. At least our little 3/4 horsepower grinder, it just stops it dead in its tracks. And so cook it first. You cut it into strips that will fit in the hopper of your grinder, then simmer those for like a half an hour, 20 minutes, until you can rip them apart by hand.
Yeah.
Then run those through the grinder.
It's a great use for your skin anyway.
It is.
There's so much skin on a pig.
There is,
you can't
and
use
it
all.
adds quite a lot to the sausage.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
Again, I wouldn't do it over 10% of the weight, because then we're talking a majorly rich sausage. You could eat like a quarter of a link and you'll take a nap.
That's true.
It's
right.
super rich.
Yeah.
I would say one key to using skin is let it chill before you grind it and mix it. Okay. So let it chill, get cold, then grind it, and then mix it by hand, because if you grind it hot, you tend to dislodge a lot of the collagen, and then it will solidify because there's so much collagen in it, that becomes gelatin, and it'll just be this big, huge chunk of a mass of skin that's not integrating in with your sausage.
Yeah.
So if you want it to be more integratable, let them chill, then grind, and mix that with the raw, cool ground meat, and again include that into your salting ratio. Cotechino is a really cool sausage we've made before with chunks of hand chopped skin. Oh geez. And
this is where you need like a whole family to do this kind of processing.
Yeah, but it's a boiling sausage, and that skin contributes a just incredible, rich, unctuous, porcine flavor to a pot of beans. It's a sausage you cook in a pot of beans.
Yes.
Yeah, so those binders, liquid ingredients. I've never used anything weird. I've never used condensed milk
Okay, so
which is a thing.
one time, because you generally, when we have classes, you generally give people some of these basic, outlines. And then you're like, so have at it. And someone took you seriously, and they're like, what if we put a banana in it? And they're like, okay, well, it actually wasn't horrible. It was just a little odd. But so maybe there are a few. That was really outside. I think he was trying to prove you wrong, actually.
I don't know. Yeah. That was outside the hemisphere, outside the box. Yeah.
I like to put monkey wrenches in it.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
I can't say I was a fan of that sausage.
Yeah. It's a little interesting. He took you very literally.
Yeah. I think he liked it, though, and
good.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
So.
It was his sausage, because when you come to a class, we have you take home 3 pounds of the sausage you make.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It was sort of fun. I think that was at our old house. That was a while ago.
Yeah.